Welcome back to the DeeBrief YouTube channel. I'm Chase Alfasi, and this is all you need to know about Melbourne's round 4 clash against Geelong. We're down the highway under Friday night lights, heading into a daunting task sitting at 0-3, but there is light and there is hope. I'll explain why. Firstly, Harvey Langford plays footy on Friday night. He had 26 disposals, 6 clearances and a goal against Gold Coast last week, and he was one of the few players that were adept to hit a target under pressure. The good news is we're bringing in 2 guys that are capable of the same in Caleb Windsor and Cozzy Pickett. If we want speed on the ball, they're going to give us that. Last week I said we were at crossroads. Well, the man is still red and we haven't moved. But it's not about let's just get the 4 points this week, because it's probably not about right here, right now anymore. The fans want to see direction, glimpses of a team buy-in to a game plan. Rather than shirk the errors, embrace them. Play for each other and not yourselves. That's also not to say this is a write-off. Geelong haven't had a cruisy start to the year either. They're 1-2. Do you think we're a chance? Geelong are known for their slow starts. They're 1-2, and they've lost the last 2 weeks in clearance. Brisbane and St Kilda won by territory and control, +19 and +32 in uncontested marks. We do know Geelong are now known for their ball movement, with the likes of Brian Myers, Max Holmes, and the acquisition of Bailey Smith too. That's where we're vulnerable. That's where Gold Coast exploited us last week. I guess the positive is GMHBA is going to be a lot easier to defend than the MCG, given its narrower dimensions. In terms of the Geelong team, Tom Stewart is a test after being a late withdrawal last week, as is Shannon Neal. He's also a test for this week. Usually I'd analyse Geelong's forwards. I'd go through Cameron, Stengel, Ollie Henry, but I don't think it's about one-on-one matchups this week. It's about team defence, ball retention, and ultimately covering for each other. Here we go. Cozzy is back to terrify the Cats' defence. I like to look at Coz in like a cheerleader effect. Cade Chandler and Jack Henderson, that's an average duo. But Cade Chandler, Jack Henderson, and Cozzy Pickett, now that's a decent small forward trio. Not only does Cozzy kick goals, but he sets them up and he makes everyone else better around him. Last year, he was involved in 26% of our scores. He averages his 3rd highest disposals against the Cats and is good for 2 goals a game. Jake Lever is also a test, so crossing everything that he's ready to play. Fortunately, Lindsay will only be sidelined for a couple weeks after he went down with an innocuous but scary knee injury in the early minutes last week. Then the match committee just has to look at VFL form. So Daniel Turner kicked 5, had 14 marks. Bill Laurie had 30, a goal and 9 tackles. And Tom Fulton's kicked 5 goals over the past 2 weeks as well in the 2s. So we have a lot of out-of-form forwards. Who do you think comes in and out? I'm predicting Cozzy, Lever if he gets up, Bill Laurie and Disco Turner to come in expense for Billings, Howes, Johnson, and Lindsay will be out injured. So we're 25-48 all-time against the Cats, with their biggest win being in 2011. I'm not going to go revisit that, because we've actually had some pretty memorable wins against the Cats in recent times. 2018, the elimination final. 2021, the prelim and round 23 when Corny kicked it after the siren. And even last year, we snapped their 7-game winning streak as Bailey Fritsch kicked a dribbler from the pocket. We had that crazy stretch from 2018 to 2021 where every game was decided by a match-winning kick. 2018, obviously Corn in round 1. Zach Tui kicked a goal after the siren. In 2020, Adam Tomlinson actually had a shot from about 55 and don't think he made the distance. And then 2021, obviously Max Gawn after the siren to claim minor premiers. The mutuals, we've got Sam Blees, Jared Rivers and Mitch Clark, who went from Melbourne to Geelong, and the other way around we had Shannon Burns and also Brent Maloney. Mitch Brown also played for Geelong and Melbourne, other side of Essendon too. This is the part where I'd tell you why Melbourne are going to win. Past 3 weeks hasn't been so successful, but it's more than whether we get the 4 points or not this week. It's about, is there direction? Are we going to commit to a game plan that's sustainable in the long term? Are we going to see kids coming through? Is Trent Rivers and Jacob Van Rooyen going to show their promise that they teased us with last year? So, we're a very small chance, but get around the boys, support the team, don't be like Carlton, don't be like Essendon, and lastly, go Dees.